All right.
Okay, tell them.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to open the Waukegan City Council's Special Public Works and Infrastructure Committee meeting for September 7th, 2021 at 5:56 p.m. We have a roll call, please.
Alderman Seeger.
Present.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Newsom. Alderman Turner.
Present. Do we have a quorum?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. We do have a quorum. Like a motion for approval of minutes. What was the date on our last meeting? September or August 22nd. Was that the date on our last meeting?
Mike, do you know?
Mike, you have it?
16th,
August 16th.
2021.
Like a motion to approve the meeting minutes of the August 16th meeting of the Public Works Committee. Is anyone going to make a motion?
Motion, please.
Second.
Alderman Kirkwood.
Motion by Alderman who?
Kirkwood.
Alderman Kirkwood.
Second by?
Second by Alderman Seeger. Thank you. Audience time. Is there anyone in the audience who has comments they'd like to make to this committee?
We have to all in favor of the...
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mike. Or thank you, Director. All in favor of approval of minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, audience time. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to make comments before this committee about items on the agenda? Mr. Mathis, please come to the podium.
Is there a time limit?
3 minutes.
I just, actually, came a little early for the meeting just before you got the Operation and Oversight Committee, but this one to do, the Special Public Works, it goes into the same comment. With diversity and the contracts that we bid out and waive, we don't have any. I'm passing by every construction site in the city. I might have seen one black person. I give the city the benefit of the doubt. Now you say, what do you have to do with that? Well, you guys should be holding people accountable to make sure that the companies that you're doing business with have the diversity that they should. And the reason why this is important to me is because this is cause and effect. By you guys participating in allowing companies such as Peter Baker or whatnot to monopolize the business of the city of Waukegan with such a large budget, it destabilizes our own community. These jobs that pay $40, $50 an hour for one family, black family, in the first ward, that would probably make a big difference. And that's not happening. And I don't even think anybody really cares. But I do, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. That saying, when you're white, you're all right, you're brown, stick around, but when you're black, get back, that holds true here. And hey, you know, we can do this for the rest of the time. It doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna speak on it because it's wrong. It's very wrong, and we're hurting citizens. We're hurting our own city. This money goes all over the place, but not here. That dollar doesn't turn over in the city. Our tax dollars, I pay taxes. My tax dollars don't turn over in this city, and that hurts the city. And then next thing you know, you're complaining about crime. Want to get more police with less money. I mean, this is just common sense. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I'm sure I'll be back up here, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mathis. And old business, there is none. New business. I'd like a motion to authorize the proper city officials to waive the competitive bidding requirements and approve payments to Campanella and Sons for emergency water main repairs per section 2-458, parentheses I, parentheses 2. This bona fide operating emergency for the amount of $15,000, $15,265.12, along with a change order adding an additional $100,000 with funds to be paid from 556-916-027043 bond funds. And before we vote on this, I'd like to ask Director Hewitt if you can explain what was the bona fide emergency?
It was a water main leak out by River Road. This was the third or fourth one, I believe. It's one we're going to have to do some work and probably change the whole line out there.
Okay.
And it was, the problem with out there is it's deep. I believe this one was somewhere around 25 to 30 feet deep.
I remember that.
Usually what happens is we only call them in when there's something that our guys can't do or maybe a hazard rather than risk our guys getting hurt. So that's when we do it.
Understood. Yeah, I remember that leak. And what was the $100,000 change order pertaining to?
What's that is so that in the event that we do have any other major breaks that we need them for the remainder of the year, that we can call them and go under that. All right? And we may not need them at all this year. We don't know. Either that or we keep coming back, something happens, and, you know.
So the way this reads, sir, it would seem to me that we are going to pay the $100,000. Is there some?
No, only if they're used. In other words, rather than call it an emergency, we would basically use them.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Are there any other questions from the committee members?
Motion, please.
I'd like a motion, please. Motion by Alderman Seeger, second by Alderman Kirkwood. Roll call, please.
Alderman Seeger,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Kirkwood, Alderman Turner.
Aye. Item B, motion to approve the resolution approving the agreement with Baxter and Woodman Bowler for the East Reservoir and raw water mixing repairs for an amount not to exceed $2,843,700 and waive the competitive bidding requirements for the construction portion, as that was not part of the RFQ process, with funds being charged to line item 556-916-027018, water bonds of 2020.
Need a motion?
And are there any questions?
Well, motion and second, then we get questions.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve? Or motion by Alderman Seeger, second by Alderman Kirkwood. Are there questions? All right, so again, I want to ask a question then, just for clarification. Why is this not going out for bid?
What this is we're looking, the RFQ was basically for the proposal from the company to basically do the engineering. And when we do a design build, that means they basically go out and get the contractor to do the work as opposed to a bid. All right?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
This is we showed you, and I'd like to invite anybody that wants to, as far as aldermans,
Right.
to come out to the water plant. We can schedule something to show them what we've done so far and what we propose to do, and it's entertaining.
Yeah, it is. And I want to thank you, Director and Tony, for taking me on the tour. I would encourage all of our aldermen to take advantage of the opportunity to tour the water plant. It's very interesting and illuminating. You know, for the 2.5 years or so that I've been sitting up here, we've had several motions come before the council for approval on a monetary spend. And a tour of the plant and to be able to visualize and understand what's being explained and what's being put forth is,
And I really would like to,
Yeah.
all the aldermen,
All
we
of
can
them.
schedule something one or two at a time, or however you want to do it. I think it's important to understand what the money's going for and why we're doing what we do.
I agree. All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Turner.
Aye. Item number C, or item C, I'd like a motion to approve the resolution approving the agreement with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilly for the design, bid and build for the raw water pumping station and electric improvements for $300,000, with the project being bid out next year for the construction portion expected to cost approximately $2,500,000. Funds to be charged at line item 556 916-027018, Water Bonds 2020. I want to just call your attention to this is for the bid, design, bid, and build for the raw water pumping station and electric improvements, right? So it's a significant design effort, and there will be a significant construction effort, but that portion will, the actual construction portion will go out to bid. Did I misstate that, or?
No, absolutely correct.
Okay, thank you. So with that being said,
Motion.
is there a motion to approve? Motion by Alderman Kirkwood, thank you, sir. Motion by Alderman Seager, thank you, sir. And a roll call, please.
Any further questions? Hearing none?
No questions? Thank you.
No problem. Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye. Item D, motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve a change order with Unified Construction Group in the amount of $119,788 and authorize a payment of $67,479 remaining under the original contract and canceled PO for the total amount, or total payment to Unified Construction Group in the amount of $186,788, funds to be paid from 2018 GO or general obligation bonds, line item 307-1307-26367 from this fiscal year. And Director Hewitt, I'm going to ask you for to explain this one to for the committee and the audience. The original contract has there's a payment of an additional or $67,479 that was remaining from the original contract, and that, but then what's I think bears some explanation is that this was canceled. The PO for that was canceled.
Because it was last year's, yes.
Pardon me?
Because it was last year's, and we went into the new fiscal year, so.
Okay, great. So PO canceled because it didn't come forward in the last fiscal year, and now we're in a new fiscal year, and we need to cover our bill. Thank you, sir.
And 119, what happened was, we had an underground leak, and we had to dispose of it and have everything clarified. And what we should be doing is, we will probably receive from the underground, the LEST funds, which is the underground storage tank funds, which we're a member.
Yes, sir.
We looking to recuperate $110,000, somewhere around there, depending, it may be less, it may be more, so, all right?
Okay, great. Thank you. We have a roll call, please.
We need a first and a second.
Then we had it.
First and a second.
I did? Okay. May I have a first motion to approve? Alderman Kirkwood makes the motion, and Alderman Bolton makes the second.
All right.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye. Item E, I'd like a motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve a change order to the contract with Kluber Architects and Engineers for an amount of $26,380 and a payment of $15,350.10 that's remaining in the purchase order under the original contract amount for a total payment of $41,730.10. These funds are to be paid from the 2018 general obligation bonds, line item 307-1307-26367 from this fiscal year. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Motion by Alderman Bolton, second by Alderman Kirkwood. And any questions, please? There being no questions, I'd like a roll call.
Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye. Item F, I'd like a motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve the resolution and authorize the purchase of 2 Ford F-350 pickup trucks from Kuhn's for an amount not to exceed, for a not to exceed amount of $96,292. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Ready? Going once. Alderman Bolton makes the motion.
I've got a question.
We'll get a second. We can bring it.
You want to second it and then ask Alderman Kirkwood makes the second. Alderman Seager, your question, sir.
Did this go out for bid for these trucks? You know?
Tony from the water plant, would you like to come up and explain, please?
No, it did not go out to bid. The purpose was because there was a shortage of computer chips for trucks.
Yeah.
So there's a real shortage out, and we were only able to secure 2 trucks if we wanted to purchase them.
Was this purchased through the Sourcewell Purchasing Cooperative?
No,
Oh,
but
this is-
we have purchased vehicles from that
Okay.
dealership before, so they are a vendor. And if we go out to bid, we probably won't get a vehicle until next year, this time next year.
And now, these vehicles, are they, what are they going to be used for?
Or we go get samples and we go out to get, go out to the booster stations to check the booster stations. And we also plow our own driveways
Okay.
at the water plant.
So will these trucks come fully equipped? Does that include the snow plows and all the apparatus and everything you need?
They
Or
have a snowplow. Public Works will be getting a salt spreader for us, 'cause that's something we need.
okay. And the salt spreader, is that going to come out of Public Works budget or water budget?
Water.
Water, okay. Alderman Kirkwood.
I guess my question is that we're spending $48,000 for one truck. And I know that Alderman Turner, you're always concerned about the bidding process. And certainly being the chairman of this committee,
Yes, sir.
you know, we would look at how do we get more bang for our buck when we're spending $96,000 for 2 trucks. Now, if there's a crunch somewhere that we won't have the vehicles, I understand that, but we need to know that before we get to this committee, that's the concern that we're having. Because we definitely want to equip our people with what they need, but we need to know up front that there is a problem with getting vehicles and making sure that they have what we need to operate here and within the city. I don't have a concern about getting the vehicles, but if we're being overly charged because, you know, there's not a lot of vehicles out there, then I have a concern.
You know, I don't know the retail industry calls MSRP on these trucks and all, but I do know that F-350s are a very expensive truck. This is the premier construction vehicle, and as Tony, what is your last name?
Dominguez, Antonio.
Mr. Dominguez just alluded to, these trucks are going to be fully equipped with a snow plow and all the apparatus and such and so forth, right? So with that being said, and considering too, what he also mentioned, there's a computer chips. All the trucks are computerized, all our new vehicles. And there's like, they can't keep up. They don't have enough computer chips. And this is why, what he's saying is, by buying these now, we are guaranteed to get them at a good price. If we wait until next year for 2022, the price may increase tremendously.
Something? They just announced today at the noon hour that this chip shortage is possibly going to go into 2024. So this
Lord.
situation is only going to get worse. And I don't know how many of you have driven by car dealerships lately, but I drove by the Toyota dealership this weekend. There was like 10 cars in the parking lot. I mean, I think we're going to see car dealerships going out of business soon because they don't have any product to sell.
That's right.
So if we have 2 trucks we can get, although it's not, a steal, I mean, we may be better off getting them now because if we have to buy them between now and 2024, we may be paying even more for them, if we can get them at all.
Not to mention the continuing inflation that we're going through in all segments of our economy. I'm sorry, Alderman Kirkwood, does that help clarify for you? Thank you, sir. Alderman Seeger. Into the mic, sir.
Tony, I'd like to ask you this. Did you shop around throughout Lake County or the state at all?
We had the public works supervisor for the vehicle. He didn't shop around, but he looked around and there's no trucks available.
This
Okay,
is it.
thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, if we could have a roll call, please.
Alderman Kirkwood,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Seager,
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye. Okay, there are no reports and communications. I would like a motion to adjourn at 6:20 or 6:18, please. May I have a motion to adjourn? Alderman Kirkwood makes the motion, and Alderman Seager makes the second. All in favor? Aye. And we are adjourned. Thank you all for your participation, excellent discussion and questions.